Hello everyone, welcome to Dimela Universe. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a collective reading for Mercury Retrograde happening on the 9th of September till the 1st of October. This is the third and final Mercury Retrograde for the year. From the 9th till the 23rd of September, Mercury will be retrograde in Libra. Libra being that beautiful energy of harmony, of balance, everything working out in your favor, that justice energy, as within, without, that air energy of truly allowing the truth of you within to be reflected in the physical, the scales of balance, relationships, that beautiful harmony. And we'll be moving into Virgo from the 23rd until the 1st of October. And we're in Virgo season currently, and Virgo season, of course, is the Hermit energy, that 6th house energy, also associated with balance, as within, without, also aligned, a very beautiful harmony within the Libra and Virgo energies through the air of Libra and the earth of Virgo, which both have similarities with the balancing, being within the truth of you within and allowing that to be the stability, the key to your stability and prosperity, and in all things without. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, and Gemini is that divine love frequency. Mercury is, and Gemini is about communication. So Mercury will be really teaching us within relationships, within all experiences, every single thing we are doing, that it should align within the soul within, that Gemini twin flame, soul flame energy, releasing the mind, releasing the heart, trusting and having faith, and aligning every single thing you're doing with your soul within, with that Libra energy, that Virgo energy, thus aligning the beautiful manifestations to then honor the truth of you within. And we will be learning where perhaps there are areas, gaps, areas where we do not have that connection, gaps in our alignment, in communication. It's all about honoring your truth, all about honoring your inner voice, all about honoring your soul space, this Mercury retrograde. And as you do so, beautiful energies of that Libra, balance and harmony, Virgo manifestations, as within, without. So powerful retrograde to at the end of this year. So let us see what's coming through this Mercury retrograde, 9th of September till the 1st of October 2022. Okay, let's pull some oracle cards. We'll be looking at the energies all together. We have orphaned, card number 5 with orphaned. No place like home. 50 is no place like home. 5 is orphan, so already have double 5. 5 is all about changes, transformation, rebirth, metamorphosis. And number 38 with to be fair, and look at that Libra energy. Okay. So definitely lessons within relationships, and definitely within your space, your own personal home, your sanctuary, and energies in general balancing out. Okay, so with the 5, the orphan, already we're receiving that the space you are in right now, with that Libra and that Virgo energy, with the Mercury retrograde energies, with that Gemini divine love frequency, is an understanding that the way in which you are manifesting, the way in which you are creating, is a singular journey. It's your own way of doing, it's your own way of being. And through this experience of learning, of really coming to the truth of you all these years, you've come to a space where you can feel that you're not necessarily alone, but the way that you function, the way that you do things, the way that you create is uniquely your own frequency, uniquely your own way, your own form. and it might make you feel a little bit alone, a little bit misunderstood, not really, especially the communication with others or the way you present yourself with others, the way others around you in relationships. You're almost feeling alone, feeling that you are this oddity in this group of people you're with and this group of people you're surrounding yourself with. And Spirit is saying it's because you're coming into an empowerment, you're releasing codependency, you're coming into this space of independence, standing on your own 2 feet, where you truly are aligning to that which is true to you, that which rings true to you, that which is your creative power within your own frequency of being. And it is a solo journey. It is where you really, that Virgo energy of the Hermit, it is a solo journey to the path of your soul, for you to finally align and be present within stability there, in that beautiful Libra energy, that balancing of everything then working out in your favor, as now you're creating from the truth of you in a way that truly reflects who you are, in a way that truly honors you, no matter who is observing you, no matter how and who it impacts. It's so important that you are just aligning every single thing you're doing with the frequency of your truth, and that each and every single one of us are going through this beautiful transformation, this change, this metamorphosis, and it's uniquely everybody's own journey. So just because your journey looks different from the other doesn't mean they're going through a lesser frequency. The energy will take shape depending on you uniquely and what lesson or how you will learn that lesson. The same way it works for your friend or your neighbor or your stranger might not have the same impact on you. So the way that you are going through your own metamorphosis, your own way of understanding your creative power, the way that the energies work, balancing energy is so uniquely yours. And it would not work for another, nor would another one's metamorphosis work for you. So to really respect your own by respecting others' forms, and knowing that as you just completely surrender there without comparing, without comparison, you will then align to those who are at a frequency, a likened energy like you, where they are truly honoring their own frequency, and you will not feel so orphaned. As you follow your soul path, as you truly follow that frequency without holding back, without judging yourself, without diminishing yourself, without trying to adjust in order to fit in, you will then align with those who are on the same frequency of that empowerment, of that very Nine of Pentacles energy, releasing codependency, really coming to the grounding of your own 2 feet, your truth and your power, and allowing that to be the new frequency. As we see here, there's no place like home. Yes, coming into a whole new frequency of you within. That is the home you're then going to now create in the external. You honoring you within. You are the home, you are the truth, you are that sacred space. And as you honor this frequency, you allow everything around you to now also honor this space. So this does speak about soulmates, family, friendships, the idea of your understanding of friendships and family shifting and changing to now honor the frequency of you, even in your own space. Some of you might be traveling to a new home, some of you getting into a new sense of community, where now it's likened energy, where it's no longer this fixed way of being, where now you feel like an outcast because you're doing things in a way which resonates while other people are still in the collective grouping and the conditioning. You are now finally merging and aligning with those who are individual in their own creation. Thus, you are now a frequency, a harmony, where you now have a home in your individuality, a home in your uniqueness. You don't have to change for anybody. They don't think you're aware. They don't think you're an outcast. They don't think that you are strange for doing things your own way. They appreciate it. They enjoy it. Your authentic way heals them as their authentic way heals you. So this is soul connection. This is you also coming home to yourself within, really aligning with that frequency, no longer feeling lonely. You're now just honoring the aloneness you are. You're honoring your journey, honoring your path, no longer resisting it, no longer resisting what your soul, where your soul is guiding you to, understanding that your soul is truly guiding you to your truth, your true home, your true north, your true experience, your true sacred space. And it might be uncomfortable with the transition, for you feel that, oh goodness, I'm all alone, I don't really have anything, I don't have anyone to fall back on, I don't have any support. You might feel a little bit overwhelmed, but this is simply because you are really attuning to your own frequencies completely and so finely. And now it's time for the physical to honor that which is within, because you've done the work to now awaken the shadow, because now the shadow is the unknown. The shadow is you really exploring all elements of you, no longer shying away from who you are, no longer dimming your light, no longer avoiding certain aspects of yourself because other people disagree with it to try and please others. No, you are really honoring the way you feel, the way you're guided, the way you are working, the way you create, the way you are vibing. You're honoring it completely, allowing all of that which is unknown within you to be brought to the surface, to be brought to love, to be brought to your awareness. You're no longer shying away out of fear of what you'll discover there. You're allowing the discovery of it to be within love as you are remaining within love. And because you've healed the shadow now, it is time for that healed, awakened shadow to now be seen in the sun. We're moving away from the moon energy and now coming to the sun energy, where now the divine masculine is finally healed, honoring the moon, honoring the divine feminine, honoring the shadow, the light now honoring the shadow, the unknown, the awakened darkness now becoming the awakened light, the unknown now becoming the awakened known. So it's a very powerful transformation and transitioning. The true honoring of the butterfly, the true honoring of the phoenix form you've taken, the true honoring of the new metamorphosis that you are at, creating a whole new experience, a whole new understanding of home and soul connections and relationships. And beyond that, this also speaks of twin flame relationships, meeting your romantic partner, a likened energy for work, for all relationships are covered here, but including the relationship between yourself and how you see yourself, how you care for yourself, how you nurture for yourself, how you allow yourself to be. And then to be fair, number 38, which makes an 11, which is a 2, balance. So now, yes, finally things taking a new shape, because here we see this beautiful scale has a fortune cookie with the word no on it. So what was denied to you in the past, now taking on a new shape, a new form here of the egg, a new experience, a new way, a new path, a path which reflects the truth of you, that balancing as within, without, above, below. And with the owl here, yes, now you're finally creating from divine wisdom, from your soul wisdom, where certain aspects of you were hidden because you were hiding away the shadow, but now that you're honoring the shadow, all aspects of you that was from the shadow now rising to the surface of your consciousness, including ancient wisdom, divine wisdom, ancient mastery of the past, ways of being, ways in which you can now finally manifest that which you want within the frequency of your soul. This is truly aligning you and aligning your physical aspect to that frequency of opportunity. For how do we really call in the energy of abundance? Each and every single one of you are abundant. You have an energy of abundance, an energy of prosperity. How do you then allow this to manifest? The alchemy in the physical is by opportunity, by experiences where these channels, where this energy can now finally come through into the physical to meet you, for you then to agree to participate if you wish or not to. So this is you now releasing the conditioned pinpoint of where you were, and then in the beautiful frequency of space and time, now feeling your way vibrationally to where the awakened shadow within now meets with accuracy the awakened light without, so that the energy of you within is a complete match for the frequency of light in the physical. Thus, that is that divine love frequency where you release the mind, release the heart, because those are conditioned ways that keep the unknown, the darkness within the unawakened way. It is no longer allowing your soul to express itself. It is defined through human conditioning. So as you release the mind, release the heart, and allow your soul now to guide you to the vibration of your truth, then finally you now resonate. You hit this beautiful point where the awakened shadow meets the awakened light, boom, and in that beautiful point, at that point where you sit there, now all the opportunities are aligning and you're at the center point to receive the opportunities. That's where you now can get the offers, get the relationships, get the beautiful experiences coming your way. Finally, channels, passageways where the energy of abundance in all forms can finally reach its way to you, find its way to you. For that energy is born within the divine truth of you, within the balance of shadow and light, within the wholeness of you. Thus, when you are in that center point whole, you are finally now a vibrational match, that energy, and now the channels, the ways in which that energy can manifest in the physical can become available to you. Thus, everything works out fairly. Everything works out in your for your good, in your benefit, in your advantage, in your favor, and things work out better than before. But it requires you to trust, requires you to release the control. And Mercury, being that Gemini energy, is really going to come in to show you where in your life you're still controlling, where in your life you're still conflicting, going against your soul, because your soul is saying one thing and it doesn't please you, so you're trying your best to find other ways, as opposed to being like, okay, I'm gonna just trust where my soul is taking me, I'm not going back. Your soul is always taking you to higher frequencies, so trusting the path your soul takes you. It might seem in your physical that you're going back a few paces, but in fact you're going forward. For now, where you are, you're a different vibration, so wherever you are going to matches and meets you at that vibration. So it's always better and better, it's always evolving, it's always becoming and becoming. And these beautiful, powerful energies in Mercury retrograde align you to this. So it can be a bit of a challenging transit, this Mercury retrograde, because if you are trying to logic everything, it really becomes frustrating and stressful, for you're not really receiving any definite yes or no. For in this realm, it's the realm of the unknown, where your soul can discover itself. So we do not know until you step into the manifestation and create it. So you cannot have a definite yes or no or timing. It is simply when everything is right, and you can simply just be receptive of the impulses and the ideas that come through, and don't fight them. Rather, just if it resonates and in that moment it's a yes, take it as a yes, and then see what that leads to and where that leads to and that leads you to. You're simply just aligning and attuning into that beautiful space where finally all the yes opportunities can meet you, and you are then moving to happier and happier, abundance and abundance, each moment more abundant than the last. Just trusting the process that you are being reborn, and you are you are going through a major transformation, and now finally truly aligning to your energetic grid to manifest that which you are in the physical. It is a long process. It has been a long process, and for very long you felt alone. But know that everybody, it's a solo journey to this experience of remembering who you are. For only you, only your soul has all the key elements and all the codes to the truth of who you are. And of course, through these readings and channelings and whoever you are guided to, they assist you to have more availability to your path. But again, it's a path that you take on your own. We simply offer the information, the space, the frequency, should you wish to be in that space. And the Mercury retrograde is another teacher to really align you to the truth of your divine existence. So know that yes, these changes might be challenging, but it's truly to align everything in your favor. Let's pull some tarot. Knight of Wands, there we are. Spirit really affirming that energy of, you see, your third eye being open, trusting your intuition. This is fast moving energy, meaning you're getting this insight, this yes right now. You might want the yes a week ago. You might want the confirmation. For example, again, just for our in our experience, this at this time, for a lot of you might already be feeling these energies, especially paired with the full moon happening on the 10th, the full moon in Pisces, the retrograde on the 9th, the full moon 10th, those energies, Pisces being the 12th house, the light and the shadow being whole. So it's a really amplified energy to really almost pull you to source, because it's time now in this frequency of Aquaria that source be seen. In the Piscean realm of illusion, it was a very almost nebulous and esoterical, almost just a dreamlike state of source energy, very, mystical. But in Aquaria, the truth of all can be seen. So source being manifest in the physical can be seen. So it is now source being seen, source being manifest in the physical as a way to create abundance, not only in the illusion being the action, the physical actioning in the physical that creates the abundance. It's now time for the non-physical energy that you have accumulated to now come through as a channel of abundance in all forms in your life. So you are really being taught to honor your intuition, to honor that soul frequency within, to honor your guidance, where yes, in our situation, we are still moving in between spaces. And for the past week, we felt a bit of a wobble, a shake in our foundation, as we were not really getting any clear guidance as to where to go, when to go. And only now, when we need to move out tomorrow, did we today receive this is where to go. And Spirit says, yes, it is not about you having to know beforehand then to have that security, because even in that state, you then define, you almost create a codependency on that outcome. You are really to be free of all codependency, free to just simply be in all spaces until you receive that impulse, until you receive that nudge, until you receive that prompt, which for us in this physical, it makes us a bit anxious because we're so used to knowing, we're so used to having a sense of knowing and stability through the known, and we are now being taught to really have a sense of stability within the unknown, to be comfortable there and simply being, and then receive it when it is, when you are ready to receive the knowledge, when it's time. There was no need for us to know a week ago, but of course now for us to know today is perfect for the planning that's required. So everything is almost working super efficiently in order to allow you always a state of being and presence, not a state of continual mental planning and activity. So it's really this fast-moving energy, because the impulses are coming almost, one would say, last minute, but in Spirit's divine timing, when it's now time for the action. And for you, it's just to be patient and to trust and have faith that when the timing is right, you will know, you will understand, and not to fight the impulse that comes in, not to fight the information that comes in, but to allow and to respond. Because yes, we love that this falls under the no place like home, but because you're being guided, led to your soul path, led to your abundance, led to stability. It's time for a home which is stable within the truth of your existence, the truth of your core, that beautiful sweet spot where the awakened unknown meets the awakened known. And that is just at that particular point where you are now centered. And so now everything that is stable, all paths now that are stable, all paths, all channels that can bring forth this energy from the unknown, from the shadow, from the non-physical into the light, into the seen, into the known, into the physical, can now meet you at the center to truly reflect a stability which is born of your existence. It's time for destined experiences. It's time for destined connections and destined opportunities. And these opportunities, these experiences happen exactly when that timing is right, not when it will bring you ease, not when it will bring you comfort and stability, but when it is right for, rather, let's say, when it will bring you ease, comfort and stability, but not when you want it to. It's for us to know a week before would have brought us almost a superficial stability. For now, that information gives us stability, the external, as opposed to us being stable within our truth until and when the information comes or not, we're still stable. So this is an infinite stability born of your soul, not a finite one born of now you know, and then you don't know. What if something changes? Then are you always going to be wobbled in anxiety because you need something to be very specific, or are you going to be in your own centering and allow what matches the centering to then come through? You being stable at that point, then everything that meets you at that point will be the stability, not the other way around. So yes, when you are divinely timed and ready for this destined manifestation, ready for this opportunity, then it comes in, and know that it's stable. Know that it's, even if it is a short transit or a long transit, within the experience of you having it, you are learning and you are healing from the existence of your soul. So whatever you are learning, whatever you're experiencing then is long lasting. It is meant to assist you to really make major breakthroughs and miraculous transitions from your lack to abundance, from fear to love, wherever you are aligning to and wherever you are going. So it is quite a powerful transformation you're all going through at this time. And these energies are really to assist you to really step out of the mind. And this full moon in Pisces on the 10th, adding the Neptune illusion, the murky energy, really making it very challenging to really try to foresee, try to predict. It's really, Spirit is saying your very human way of trying to predict and foresee and have stability in the knowing and the predicting, that's going offline. That you are simply brought to the stability of faith, of just trusting that everything's going to work out. Because at that space, you don't define the unknown, you don't define the shadow, you don't define the soul at all. You simply trust that when that soul meets, the unknown meets the likened energy of the known, boom, in that manifestation you will know, boom, in that action you will then discover that which is truly yours to experience. It's this is really a lesson to raise you to a state of being in the mastery of your existence. You have mastered the state of being in past lifetimes, and now you're going through almost like a bit of a crash course, a bit of not a test, but a intro into how to really remain at your highest frequency without needing stability from the mind, stability from the emotion, but rather the stability being from your source, from soul, and then the emotion and the mind meeting your soul. Thus the idea you have is in the stability of your soul. Thus the emotion you experience is in the stability of your soul. Thus it's long lasting, it's not fleeting, it's not toxic, it is healing, it is awakened. And look at that, 3 of Pentacles. Yes, these opportunities that are coming in, they are stable, for they are born of your soul, and you can build upon them. These relationships now, you can build upon them. Every single thing you're being inspired to go to, no matter what it seems as you receive the idea, the impulse, or the offer, it is to bring stability in your life. Don't judge it. Don't judge what it feels like, even if it's maybe an experience of for example, in my move at this time, this is a dear friend of ours, and we had stayed with her at the beginning of our transition, as we had left our ex-husband, and we are now going into sharing her energy again, and we can feel it's a very different energy. It's a very different healing space. It's a very different experience. It's a very different healing. We have both gone on very separate energy paths and now coming together at this juncture where we now meet again for this healing, for this blessing, and for this beautiful integration of this transition, of this metamorphosis. And it is a healing, it is a new, it is a difference. So it is not judging what is coming through and deciding, oh no, I haven't progressed, oh no, we are not doing well, oh no, any of that energy which can create fear or a bit of uncertainty, but understanding that wherever you are led to now is exactly where you need to be for, and whichever energy is coming into your life, even if it's from a past energy, it is that being, the only way that being can come into your experience is when they are at a frequency of where you are now. So it is really to allow yourselves an openness and not to close off too much in the state of understanding, yes, you went onto this path to find your truth, but now that you're within your truth, know that whatever and whoever's coming into your experience now is aligned with that truth, for they're aligned in their own truth. So we're really feeling that energy of not to resist what you're receiving, not to fight what you're receiving, not to resist the prompt from your source, but to, okay, thank you, I receive. If that's where we think, that's where we're going, and just go and then experience, see what happens there. For whatever you're learning there is to truly align you to your soul destiny, to these destined experiences. And it can be in any which way. We just gave that experience for it is what is happening in our lives, just to give you a bit of a reference point. But see how that happens, in which way it happens in your experience, and you'll feel whether it's a resonating yes or resonating no. You will feel, you will know which one feels aligned and which one is truly born of source, which one is a thought or a prompting brought of anxiety or panic, and which one is brought of a received thought and a received plan. Yes, as much as we know we had to move, we're moving out tomorrow, we received her name. It wasn't we are searching now to see where we must go. And there's a difference between that. To search would, of course, anxiety, because now we're searching out of panic. We're no longer trusting that we'll receive the planning and we'll receive the naming. Very higher level lessons, and you are ready for this at this time, for you are really breaking out of the conditioning. The only reason why you're feeling uncomfortable, the only reason why you're feeling scared, the only reason why you're feeling anxious is because you are so used to how the conditioning of certainty and knowing and planning has been. And so this is really breaking you out of that human creating mold. And if you were not taught to do that to begin with, this would be a very easy and simple transition. So just bear that in mind and try to just ground your energies. Don't react. Just feel what you're going through and then release and again raise your frequency back to that expectation of good things and faith and hope that Source has you. You are simply creating from the wholeness of yourself, the shadow and the light. So don't fear the shadow, don't fear what you're being presented, that unknown component you're being presented. Allow all to come through from that wholeness of you, for that is when you had that beautiful sweet spot of awakened unknown to awakened known. Awakened unknown coming to the awakened known, which is so stable. Trust your third eye at this time and look at that, the wheel of fortune. See everything, another 10, so double 10 on the floor. So those double 5s turning to double 10, which is beautiful manifestations, beautiful things working out in your favor, which is new beginnings, because it goes into a 1 magician, new beginnings, ending of cycles. And here we see it now, the wheel of fortune, now that you are truly aligning everything to the frequency of you. As we see here, it mirrors the Knight of Wands. Now that you are tuning to Source, now that you're following that intuition, no longer doubting, following those promptings, following your inner guidance, everything in the physical is now transforming, is now changing, is now aligning to the truth of you within. There is the infinity there of the snake, as within, without, completely matching the frequency. Thus everything working out in your favor of the wheel of fortune, with beautiful manifestations which you can build upon, which new relationships, new experiences, or if it's returning relationships, they have done the work to meet you where you are. So now you're building again within a stability born of your soul. And these are destined soul contracts, destined experiences, destined opportunities. These are the experiences and the situations and the circumstances and the relationships and the meetings and the healings that your soul wanted to have in its authenticity, in your authenticity, not what you were forced to have through the conditioning and through the programming of humanity. So a very powerful transit, a very powerful time indeed. This last and third retrograde really fine-tuning that radio station frequency of ours to the highest caliber for us to really start to manifest and call in the energy, the beautiful abundance in the non-physical into the physical, by us being finally the center point of all the connections. For how does this energy, the non-physical, manifest in the physical? Through opportunity. When somebody comes and offers you something, then you can say yes or no. When you say yes, then it manifests through opportunity, through synchronicity, through meetings, through these beautiful experiences. You simply need to be at the right place at the right time to then be to meet that connection, for that passageway to find you, for that energy to channel through it. And by you just really trusting, following that intuition, following your soul path, no matter what, you see there are absolutely there are no swords here, there's no air here, there's no you trying to logic and trying to figure out, there's no cups here, you trying to emotion it out. It's only one, which is spirit, and then foundation, earth. So from spirit, through that complete connection to source, do you now finally manifest the stability you've been asking for? And it's more than you've ever wanted with this, and more than you've even thought you're going to receive, with this beautiful Jupiter energy coming to add some extra blessings and extra beautiful vibrations to your abundance. This is you really claiming your power as source creator, as an infinite, divine, powerful source energy having a physical experience. And know that you've got this, know you've got the strength. You've come so far to align to these powerful energies. Be open to your truth, be open to your love, be open to your authentic call, be open to source energy. Don't fight what you are receiving. Trust, have faith, surrender to your soul, surrender to your destiny for great abundance and stability, a sense of home, things working out in your favor, more than you've ever even dreamed of. Abundance, good fortune lies ahead as you truly follow this path, the solo journey, which is truly yours and yours alone. However, you do connect with like-minded energy who are also following their solo paths, and now your paths meet. For there you are in your authentic creation, and no one will ever question what you are doing or want you to or need you to change for them to be at peace. They are peace within themselves, and they're peace, and they're happy within the peace of your beautiful divine experience. Blessed be.